something that Ashok and I actually were talking about outside and agreeing on, actually, oddly. Didn't think that this would possibly happen this morning. This idea, and again, this comes back to the Irish border issue, manipulation of that for political ends, and the second referendum that's being bandied about and has been the subject of the Labour Party conference. Something basically that if you don't vote right the first time, Ashok, apparently you have to try again.
I mean, firstly, it was the vote on the Labour Party conference. What we were talking about is that actually Labour isn't in a position actually to decide these things, and even if they took power, the vote says specifically they wouldn't implement it, so it would be the Tories of the Electoral Commission. But even if it came through, I find it quite condescending and autocratic. I mean, what, if the second vote doesn't work, why not a third or a fourth, or an endless cycle of referenda until you get what you want? And, you know, the arguments for it, I get it, because people are in a tough place, is that people were misled. Unfortunately, people are misled in a lot of elections. Name me a single election anywhere where where it wasn't based on, at least in part, on half-truths and misconjecture, or that, like, the victory was by a small margin. It's like, name me a single election anywhere at any time where someone won by a small margin and had to redo the election. So, I mean, frankly, I think it's like, and also I think that people are, this debate's happening everywhere. People are terrified of, you know, they're like, oh, well, we need a second referendum that includes Remain. Let's say we have a yes vote on Brexit again. It'll reinforce and strengthen some of the most reactionary and chauvinistic elements in society. Let's say we have a no vote. The no vote, after we voted yes, the entire edifice of the democratic process would collapse under the weight of its own contradictions. And so when we have Corbynism on the precipice of power, you might have barbarism in the streets.